listening to pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 139, Deeper Symmetry. Usually, or all the time, basically, in our daily lives, we carry with us, we remind ourselves constantly, tell ourselves constantly, more or less the same ideas over and over about what is fair, what is right, and what is symmetrical. So, if you do unto me something, then I will have some kind of idea about what is a symmetrical response to whatever you did. And then, after my sort of response, you will in turn do the same. You will check with your values, your explicit thinking about what you think is a symmetrical, reasonable, fair response. In an everyday sense, this is what we mean when we talk about symmetry, emotional or social symmetry. Today's episode, however, is called Deeper Symmetry. And today we are talking about a symmetry that is not explicit in the same sense, a symmetry that we need not remind ourselves of frequently. Today we talk about a symmetry we never need to remind ourselves of. It is a symmetry that will happen regardless. It is a bit like if we let go of a ball at the top of a hill, that ball will roll down the hill. It will roll down. So us letting go of the ball and the ball rolling down the hill is an expression of this deeper symmetry. Us letting go of the ball at the top of the hill and the ball rolling down the hill until it reaches the summit. No, the bottom. This is this deeper symmetry. It will happen. We do not need to remind ourselves of the ball rolling down as we let go of it. It will happen anyway. in these times that we live in right now, all of us try to be on top of things. We try to be conscious about as many crucial elements as possible. We do not like missing something. And yes, we might be on top of 1,000 different things. We might be very well organized. But still, all of these thousands of things, all of our organization is still only our everyday sense of symmetry. It is not the deeper symmetry. Deeper symmetry is not always so easy to talk about or pinpoint. As we pause for a second or two, we get glimpses and hints, hunches about this deeper symmetry. It is somewhat similar to support. As we are doing something and have a good support, we stop thinking about the support. Many times we do something and we are focused, we are concentrated on the task at hand to such an extent that we might get the feeling that we are in it alone. And when the support is truly right, that is when we forget about it the most. And deeper symmetry works like that. Deeper symmetry is like it's so obvious, it is so right that we forget about it. We do not even notice it. It is too competent for us to even take notice of. And then, once in a while, we find ourselves changing our mind. We find ourselves switching perspective or turning. And at that very moment, when we change our mind, in that very moment, as we turn, that is when we sort of get in touch with this deeper symmetry. In that short, critical moment. And pausing for a second or two is in practice an expression of this juncture or critical moment. Deeper symmetry is, as we think about it, as we talk about it, it is about that there is not only one symmetry. There are symmetries on top of each other. To every interesting story, to every story that feels true, there are layers of truths, there are layers of symmetries on top of each other. And some of the truths might contradict each other, but still they are there at the same time. This is also an expression of deeper symmetry. That there never will be only one layer of symmetry. There are many layers, and it is how these layers go in to each other, how they sometimes merge, how they sometimes diverge, how they overlap, how two truths can be sometimes almost like one truth, but still a bit more like two truths. It's all these nuances, all these dynamics, these changing dynamics, the music of it, how it flows like music, all these layers of different symmetries. This is what we mean with deeper symmetry. It is a very living thing. What is really interesting is when two truths meet and are focused on one another. That is what's interesting. When two truths look each other in the eye and experience each other and feel something new. This is also deeper symmetry. So without deeper symmetry, if there was only this everyday explicit symmetry, which we began today's episode with, if there were only this, the things we tell ourselves on a daily basis, then everything would come to a stop. That would be the end of anything even remotely alive. And sometimes we can go quite long periods of time succeeding in telling ourselves that there is more or less only one layer of symmetry, this everyday symmetry, these opinions or this truth we tell ourselves on a daily basis, like a routine. Sometimes we can go a long time convincing ourselves that it is like this. But then, out of the blue, another layer comes upon us, and we meet with something. We meet with someone, and instantly we can feel that our truth is overlapping with the other. We can feel there is tension, there is communication going on there. A clear indicator of when deeper symmetry is at work is when we meet with something or someone and we feel hostility at the same time as we feel intrigued. When we feel both, then there is deeper symmetry going on. So when there is hostility and intrigue at the same time on our part, that we feel some kind of hostility at the same time that we feel there is something interesting here. When we feel that, that is a good time to pause for a second or two and just taste it. We don't need to figure it out straight away. Just taste it and sort of take notice of it. And then the music of it, the multiple layers, the deeper symmetry will come to us. We will sort of avail ourselves to this stepping back and forth between different layers, being in multiple layers at the same time, knowing one thing and another thing at the same time, contradicting ourselves but being quite fine with it. This is deeper symmetry. That's it for today. Thank you.